With Supreme Darkness dropping in about 2 weeks or so, I think the format's going to change a lot. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys just a discussion on just that, talking about all the changes I'm thinking is going to be happening, and give you guys one of the best decks of the format moving forward. Before we get to the actual video, smash that like button just to get the video up to 100 likes. And also be sure to check out my description down below for my channel sponsors, Imperium Duels to save yourself 10% off, and also Yugioh tradingcardmint.com for all your Yugioh needs. You guys can save 7% off on all your orders. So Supreme Darkness, man. Sneak peek is between the 17th and the 18th, that little weekend, and there's going to be a lot of things happening to the format. One of the biggest things going to be happening is the new Mulcharmy monster is going to be coming out, Mulcharmy Meows, which is going to be an awesome card you guys want to pick up for the Malice matchup. Now, Malice decks, I know everyone's like, all you need is Lancia, all you need is the Chaos Hunt, and you're good. While that is true, I think just having this card as an extra card just to pick up is not bad at all. I'm personally, as a rival player, I much rather have this in my side deck versus Malice versus Chaos Hunter, because that way I don't have to worry about having my exit not being able to resolve the effect due to a monster on the board. The Mulcharmy Meows effect pretty much reads, when you're on your opponent's turn, where you control no cards, you pitch it from your hand, and every time your opponent special summons from the graveyard or the bandit zone, you draw a card. So a lot of the time, unless your opponent's Malice players is just gonna say, hey, I'm gonna pop off, make my board, and don't care about you drawing cards, you're gonna be in a good position, because if they do pop off and you're also main decking Nibiru alongside this card, you're gonna be good. And if they don't pop off, you're gonna be good regardless. And also, if you side in 3 of these alongside, if you main decking your Mulcharmy Fuwalos, you're gonna be in even better position. And we did see this in the OCG when the card first came out. A lot of OCG players experimented, not with the main deck, but mainly the side deck, because Malice is still a real deck over there, even post-banless. Malice is one of the best decks of the format. However, with that being said, I'm also expecting other hand traps that's currently being used. Well, it's currently not being used in high demand, being used in high demand post-Suda set. And that's in the form of Perulia and Droll Lbird. Let's talk about Droll Lbird real quick. I'm predicting post Supreme Darkness, Droll Lbird is going to be cycling its way back into a lot of people's main decks. Reason being is because I'm seeing a lot of Mitsurugi and a lot of decks like Crystron is searching a lot. And let's not also forget, the Fiendsmith Riser deck searches a lot as well. And when I did get my regional invite with my Riser hand loop deck, my Droll Lbird did shut a lot of Fiendsmith Riser decks down. It did allow them to still make follow-up, but they were in weird situations where they really couldn't play. They had to end on a weaker board. And I predict moving forward, with the Mitsurugi Riser being one of the better decks of the format, almost neck and neck with the Fiendsmith Riser, like, there's debate in the community right now on which version is better. I think Fiendsmith Riser it edges the Mitsurugi Riser out a little bit more, because Mitsurugi Riser play a little bit more bricks. However, the payoff between both decks are insane, because they both search a lot. So I think a lot of rogue players like myself, who maybe still trying to play the pure Riser deck, is gonna be main decking Droll just for those decks, because it's not a bad card to main deck alongside Mulcharmy Perulia, because Mulcharmy Perulia, I can see this going more into the side deck, because some people either side it or they don't side it, because like right now in the format, people really aren't scared of pure Riser. If you're a Fiendsmith Riser player, like, you can side deck Perulia and you're good, but Fuwalos kind of slows the opponent down as well. So a lot of the times I feel like in the moving forward in the format, Perulia is going to be coming back into the side deck, maybe even main deck, if Mitsurugi Riser will become one of the better decks, because it's a ritual deck. They're going to be special summoning from the hand, and they're going to be enormous in the hand because they have Riser monsters. So I think a lot of that stuff is going to be going into the format moving forward per Supreme Darkness. So be on the lookout for that. Specifically Droll and the Meow's hand trap. If you're a Malice player, if I was a Malice player, I'll pick up one of that hand trap, just in case you want to go the cross-out designated route. I don't know if Malice players want to do that, but if you guys do, it could help out if you guys are scared of just losing to hand traps. Also, Supreme Darkness is going to give us the introduction of the Crystron archetype. Now, well, not introduction of the Crystron archetype, but more supports of the Crystron archetype. And I don't know much about the archetype, but they do get some new support cards. They give it a lot of new combos. I'm seeing people test it online. I'm seeing on doing it but myself. And uninterrupted, bro, they make broken fields. They end on an Omni Negate in the form of Cyber Dragon Affinity. So with that being said, we might see more cards like Forbidden Droplet come back on the format because no one wants to lose to Crystrons doing Cyber Dragon Affinity plays. They can loop their level 5 machines really well, and they span the field pretty good. Mulcharmies are definitely going to be in the main deck, because I know right now, right, some people are like, oh, we don't need Mulcharmies, we don't want Mulcharmies. You definitely need Fuwalos for sure, because you don't want decks like that popping off. Yeah, Fuwalos, as a player who's been running Fuwalos for the past couple weeks now, because I just got mine, it sucks going second, because if you're using a deck like Rizal, and you're not going to want to normal summon, if you have to normal summon your Fuwalos to make a play, you're having a hard time. But when you're going second, right, and you can Fuwalos your opponent and it resolves, you're in a good position, especially against a rogue deck like Crystrons that may not want to pop off fully and give you a bunch of cards to draw, because you can draw into your Nibiru, your Imperms, things like that. So being on the lookout for Crystrons, because Crystrons are going to be a real deck. Don't sleep on it at all. That deck's going to be insane. They can span the field a lot. Also, hero stuff as well. Hero players got a pretty nice boost in the Supreme Darkness set. However, with that being said, the deck still suffers from this being really mid-tier. I did tinker around with it a little bit yesterday, and even with the little build I did, I mean, it's not the best build. I was just playing with the cards. I kind of got the concept of, we got more extenders in the hero deck, but it didn't do anything more but help us do the same combo lines. I think hero players, if you should build a deck moving forward to be a go second deck with board breakers. I was kind of testing that idea myself. However, it just, with the way I built my build for the hero deck, I was going off of one card starters, and one Ash Blossom, one Imperm. If everyone has hand traps, you're gonna have a hard time. So heroes is still gonna be a deck that you're gonna see it in the metagame. You can see that locals, everyone's be hyped for, but don't think it's gonna be too powerful, because they still gonna fold to Mulcharmy. They're not gonna let you pop off with a bunch of cards. They're gonna fold to Nibiru, and there's not really much you can do. But don't get it twisted though. Heroes can OTK. The new Evil Hero stuff, get them more monster spans of the field. And if I know anything about the hero community, I'm a former hero player myself. They get very innovative with their decks. They might start making them floodgates, so don't sleep on the heroes. It's gonna be a real deck post Supreme Darkness as well. And as far as the best decks of the format, I predict to wrap this video up, because I just want to make this video like a combination of Supreme Darkness, because I didn't really talk about the Supreme Darkness set at all. I think, honestly, best decks moving forward, Fiendsmith Rizal, #1 deck. Fiendsmith engine is just, bro, too goofy for what it is. I would honestly hope Moon gets banned, or at least Requiem banned, something, or Engraver Limit, something to just hit that engine. It's way too consistent. I think, honestly, even though I'm loving this format, the Fiendsmith engine kind of ruined the format. I would much rather play against pure Rizal versus pure Malice and everything else versus the Fiendsmith builds. Because what the Fiendsmith build do, it's kind of like how Pendulums were back in the day, where you can be outgrinding your opponent, but because they have their Fiendsmith engine and their graveyard already set up, they're gonna just outgrind you because of that engine and come back and win. So even if you might be the better player or play your cards more optimally, it's gonna reward players who didn't play as optimally, but the fact that they set up their engine in the graveyard, they're just gonna outgrind you and beat you. I've seen that all the time, personally online and in my own personal matchups. Under Fiendsmith Rizal, Mitsurugi Rizal, I think that's kind of obvious, like the deck's too good. Some people say it's gonna be bad as bricks. I'm watching Triff Gaming pilot it on DB Grinder's channel all the time, and the deck's really good. So once people start figuring out how to play the deck properly, it's just insane. You can do so many loops with Rizal plugin and King of the Pharaoh Realms to get a bunch of searches to get your whole engine started, which is why I say Droll Lbird is gonna be a real card for main decks moving forward. And then of course Malice Fiendsmith. I think Malice Fiendsmith is probably gonna be one of the better builds moving forward. I don't know for sure, because I've seen a few people play it at locals and it kind of folds to Fuwalos. However, with that being said, it's the same concept of Rizal Fiendsmith, where if people have their ways to stop the Malice cards, like a Atlantean, you can go Fiendsmith combos, set up your Desiree and pass. So I think it's gonna be really good as well. And under Malice Fiendsmith, I got Pure Malice. To me, I consider Pure Malice as the one that uses the Sky Striker cards. Like, people call it Sky Striker Malice, but let's be real, it's really Pure Malice. They only use a handful of Sky Striker cards to like take your opponent's stuff and fuel their graveyard to add more to their engine. So I think Striker Malice or Pure Malice, but they're the same deck in my opinion. It's right under Malice Fiendsmith, but who knows? Like, Malice community might fight me in the comment section down below. I'm just a YouTuber. Let me know what you guys think is better. I'm just giving you guys what I think is gonna be better moving forward. And then last but not least, the fifth deck, Pure Rizal. Us Rizal guys, the purest of the Rizal archetype, dead last in the best decks in format, because we do get Moon of the Eclipse, which is one of the best cards. I'm sorry, Twin of the Eclipse, which is the best card in Supreme Darkness. And bro, that card is so real, because you can do so many cool things. Like when it hits the graveyard, reborn or do it. For you guys that don't know what it does, when it's sent to the graveyard, you can pretty much target a XYZ monster that was properly summoned. You gotta specify that, bring it back, and then equip that to it. So essentially, it goes to the graveyard. You send it with exit, bring out detonator, equip that. So let's say if your opponent trying to talents, take your detonator, chain detonator, pop himself, use effect of Moon, bring back detonator, detonator attach another thing, so you get 2 more pops. And also it's really good because a lot of players in the LCG was doing the Rizal hand loop with the Evil Swarm Ouroboros. Now the hand loop combo's bad, but you can resolve it to open up things like Cross-Eyed Designator, and it does play as in a nib. So in my opinion, I'm gonna test it out when on release, when Twins of the Eclipse come out. And if you open up a hand with like Triple Tactical Talents or Cross-Eyed Designator, you can hand loop your opponent for 2. Like let's say for example, you open a Cross-Out Talents like God Hand. You can start going for that combo. I think honestly, Rizal players, if you're smart, go for, if you open up a hand of like Cross-Eyed Designator or like Call by the Grave with Triple Tactical Talent, like if you open up a perfect hand, you can play through your opponent's hand traps. They're gonna be low on card resources anyway. Like Cross-Eyed Designator, their big hand trap, or save the Cross-Eyed Designator for their Nibiru in their hand, talents the other card, their other hand trap, go full combo, go into the Verz or Ouroboros, calling it the OCG name, rip a card, bring them back with Eclipse, rip another card, and if you do the combo correctly, you can rip a 3rd card. So I'll be showing you guys how to do that in a later day, but yeah, there's tons of tutorials on that right now. But essentially what you do, you pretty much go Rizal combo, go into 5 summons, don't make Dual Drive, don't make Detonator, make Evil Swarm Ouroboros, rip a card, then make Dual Drive, go search out, overlay your Dual Drive into Twin of the Eclipse, special summon Node, Tribute Alph, bring back your Ouroboros, rip another card, get rid of your Ouroboros again, and then bring it back with plug and rip another card. So like I said, the combo is goofy, but if you have a God hand, you might as well go for it if you're playing pure Rizal. You don't want to go for the combo right away. But I think that's needless to say though. So with all that being said, man, post your also opinions about this video in the comment section down below. Was there anything I missed about Supreme Darkness? Let me know. And once again, like I said, hit the subscribe button for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. I'm uploading as much as I can throughout the week, trying to bring you guys as much competitive content as I can. And yeah, man, it's your boy Rogue, and I'm signing out. Peace. See you guys in the next video.